And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
My fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you tonight with a grateful heart, but with the utmost respect for the democratic process that has defined our nation. As your president and the leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, I want to address you on the outcome of the runoff elections held on November 14, 2023. The results announced tonight, though not final, indicate that Ambassador Joseph Nima is in a lead that we cannot surpass. A few moments ago, I spoke with President-elect Joseph Nima to congratulate him on his victory. Tonight, as we acknowledge the result, let us also recognize that the true winners of these elections are the people of Liberia. Through your peaceful and orderly exercise of your constitutional right to vote, you have once again demonstrated your commitment to the democratic principles that bind us together as a nation. Under my leadership, these elections were organized with a promise to the Liberian people, a promise of fairness, peace, inclusion, transparency, and credibility. I am proud to say that we have fulfilled that promise. The Liberian people have spoken, and we have heard their voice. However, the closeness of the result revealed a deep division within our country. As we transition to the new administration, we must be vigilant to the dangers of division and work together to find common ground.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Now, more than ever, unity is paramount for the love of Mama Liberia. To the members of the Martyr Coalition for Democratic Change, fellow partisans, seditions, Weah, all auxiliaries, first-time voters, campaign managers, and party leaders, I understand that this is not the outcome we desire. Although we did not emerge victorious, your hard work and support have been the backbone of our campaign. And for that, I am deeply grateful. I urge you to follow my example and accept the result of the elections. Go home tonight with the knowledge that our ideas and vision for Liberia remain strong. We are a young movement and our time will come again. Tomorrow, resume your daily activities in a normal way and come and join me at our party headquarters to reflect on our journey and plan for our return to political leadership in 2029. The CDC have lost the election, but Liberia has won. This is a time for graciousness in defeat, a time to place our country above party and patriotism above personal interests. I remain your president until the handover of power, and I will continue to work for the good of Liberia. Let us heal the division caused by the campaign and come together as one nation and one united people. May God bless Liberia, and may we continue to strive for a brighter future together.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
It's Tuesday. And let me say good afternoon to all of you. Thank you that you join us, that you made Kings 88.5 your priority this afternoon. And the show, Real Talk with me, Sam Andrews. This too is Liberia, man. Good afternoon to all of you. You couldn't have come on at a time better than this. You left and you are paying heed between two opinions, your business and the radio at the same time, as well as the television. So let me say thank you. We've got a couple of issues to talk about in this mystery culture called Liberia. A culture that everything is going haywire. A mystery society. A society where politics is the law and the law is nothing under the Unity Party government. A country where the first branch of government has become the third branch of government and the executive branch is now the first branch of government. A country where the Chief Justice interpretation of the law is meaningless, useless, worthless, unless the Justice Minister interprets for the Chief Justice. That's the kind of society we have, an ultra society. To shame, disgraceful. My name is Sam Andrews. Okay, before we get to the acknowledgement, I show you have started playing the King's Cash giveaway. We are giving away 3,000 Liberian dollars. 3,000 today, Tuesday. And so we're giving 3,000. It is our own way from our meager, a regular level. 3,000, substantial amount. 3,000 Liberian dollars. So the 3,000 is yours. All you have to do is to play star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you have your 3,000. Play as many times, and let's reach a ceiling or the ceiling of 10,000. I need 10,000 persons to play from everywhere you are. On your market table, just play 200 or $1.50 US. In the taxi, be it commercial or private, working by line, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, just take 200 Liberian dollars and just play the King's Cash giveaway for just 3,000 Liberian dollars. 200 Liberian dollars gives you 3,000. So look at the profit. You played 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you get for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. Play as many times as you can play. Get money in your pocket. Let's do it, yeah? Let's play before we can reach the halfway mark. We can reach that number. It's not difficult. Not difficult at all. So let's get to the acknowledgement and we talk what unfolded today. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is not a blunder, it is a respect, but it doesn't say that he is stupid. No, it's just a respect. And I like everything that is happening. As much as this is our country, we all of us support this country, this government, because we are Liberians. Like Senator Dillon will always say, we can't be deported from our own country. We try the best we can to say and do what is right, but the government will find it not necessary, but rather to do it its own way. Like the song they have, say, I want to do it my way. So the government doing it its own way, and it is good. That's many they can do. It's okay. 4 a.m. Yeah, you've written something long. Sorry, I can't read it. Just write your name, where you're falling from or listening from, and if you have a line, one or two, fine. But no, you write a long pamphlet and you expect people to read that. No, write a pamphlet and then you send it somewhere. Yeah. Mohammed Kamara, you're falling from United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. Muya Sharif, you've come on from Matari, District 9. You said this too is Liberia. Certainly, this too is Liberia. Murphy Hinen, you are also following from District 9. You said one of the best lawmakers, well, one of the best lawmakers lives. Representative Foko. Moses Lake, you come up from Kak City. Yassa Sharif, you are following. You didn't indicate. You're always not indicating. Please do that. Indicate your place you are watching or listening from. Fatu Kone, you've come on from where you didn't say. Okay, but you have written about what is unfolding at the legislature with the renegade lawmakers. Asata M. Miller, you are following from Red Light, and you said good to be on the show. Good to have you on, Asata. Saturday, Wudu, where you're following from Atlanta, Georgia, the United States of America. Solo what Corsia, your comfort zone, as usual, New Georgia Estate. Mary Tooley from New Georgia Estate also. Alfred Sumo Semeni, you come on from where inside Bikana. Abdullahi Dole, you following from the United Protection Institute of the Republic. You say, where is that? Jonathan Cole from Shoe Factory Community, Gardnersville, and George Daquan. You're following from AME University. Okay, it is the one on Camp Johnson Road, AME University. Good to have you on. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Jones Pele, you come on from Ohio, the United States of America. Samson Carey from Badnersville Township. David Williams from Colorado, the United States. Gay Bazon Jr., you are falling from Lakbasi Carpet Field. Abu Kabab from Boys Town. Yankun Kofa from Anoka, Minnesota, the United States. Tom Carter Jr., GSA Roar, Rock Hill Community. William Hoff from Minnesota, the USA. All right. Joshua Kuger from Red Light Painesville. He's a junta government. Harris City, you are following from Badnersville Junction. And you said victory for Atlanta. Oh, Atalanta. Yes, today, Real Madrid. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Real Madrid is on today. I hope Atalanta can beat them. By way. They forced to win tonight. They're in a precarious situation. They forced to win tonight. City, if they can win tonight, a draw will put Madrid out. A defeat will put Madrid out. So at all costs, they need a win. Anything short of a win, they are OUT. They can go sit down to the majority block and cry their own cry. CDC, Papi, Success Keita, good to have you on. All of you, the names are just pouring in. I can call up because we don't have time for that. We've got a couple of things to talk about. Continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Today we are giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars. To miss out on that 3,000, good amount of money. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US, and then you win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. This is how you play: *799 *24 hatch, and your account will be filled with 3,000. Let's do it as quickly as we can. Play as many times you play, then it's okay for you. Once you are on the show, once you are following, you want to take rear at 3,000. So you ought to play rear, and then you can make be more financially really wherever you are when you're 3G or your 3K in your pocket. So let's talk what we've got to talk about. This country is upside down, my people. It's upside down. Everything has gone haywire. It is left with the speaker now. We don't know what he intends to do, what he is going to do, what he might do. But as it stands, it is now evidently clear that President Boakai supports the majority bloc. But it is not a surprise to me because I told you from day one. What came out today, Boakai made it clear. It's not clear. He ain't hide it anymore. He made it clear that the guys on the other side of the divide, they are the ones he is with. They are a legitimate, constitutional, democratic group called themselves majority bloc. So Boakai said he on the side of the majority bloc. It may sound a surprise to you people, but it's not a surprise to me. I said it that from the very first day, Boakai has never ever been comfortable with Fonati Kofa. Boakai never wanted Kofa over there. Boakai got bitterly vexed when the guys voted the way they voted. And the margin was not that wide. Unity Party representatives refused to congratulate Fonati Kofa. If some of them ever did, they did it perfunctorily. That means you want to do something, but because you see other people doing it and eyes on you, so you just go there song and away. But it's not from your heart. Yeah, that's what they call perfunctory, to do things carelessly, recklessly. Beyond that, I told you people they had a meeting. And that meeting was to reach an unbreakable vow to get Fonati Kofa out of that place. That covert meeting resolved at all costs we will use everything available to us, every weapon available to us to get him out. No matter how he tries to be resistive, he will get out. It was the resolution from that meeting. Fast forward. The signs started to show. Kofa wasn't smart enough. God tried helping him to expose the evil plan by allowing somebody to come outside and leak out the information confidentially to Yeke. Yeke took it publicly. There was this condemnation or brushing it aside. The very speaker did not take it serious too, though it made sense to him but he did not see it as putting himself together and trying to rally his colleagues or to neutralize. Because when you have a hint that way, what you need to do now is to start neutralizing it by solidifying your base, getting the men that you need on your side. He took it lightly. He was whining and dining with Nebuchadnezzar. At the close of the day, Nebuchadnezzar got everything he or she he needed. Today, the Justice Minister confirmed the ruling out. The Justice Minister confirmed, I consider a ruling because he said the president told him as his Justice Minister to interpret the Supreme Court ruling. And his interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling, as far as he knows as lawyer, that he, Councillor Oswald Tuer, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc. That's what he said today at the Ministry of Information press briefing. He said the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc and not in favor of the minority bloc. The Liberian lawyer, the Justice Minister, that's what he said today. What that means is, he simply said that Buakar supports, or it is the executive position that we support the majority bloc, because as far as we know, from our legal standpoint, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc and against the majority bloc or the speaker. So what there again? What there again? For you, that you wouldn't know that Buakar been behind it from day one. Everything legally upside down. The people reading the law, they interpreting it upside down. What a shame. So what you have in Liberia now, politics is powerful than the law. Men are powerful than the law. The law has lost its essence, taste, and substance. That's what the executive has portrayed. Secondly, what the Justice Minister said today, quoting the president, that he should interpret, and the interpretation means the Supreme Court rule against the majority bloc. In essence, it means the Supreme Court is a toothless bulldog. The Supreme Court only sitting there, do what they can do, get their money, but in reality, they are worthless. That is exactly what he said by him. Because if you, the Justice Minister, would come out publicly to say that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc and against the minority bloc, is to say the Supreme Court is useless listening to. Therefore, we cannot accept that, and we're not accepting anything they said. So look here, my people. How is it? What kind of country is this? So what is the essence of the court? Why do we call it Supreme Court? Why is it descriptively referred to as the arbiter of justice? Because the word arbiter means finality. Beyond it, you can go any other place. There isn't any court again beyond that arbiter. That's why they say the arbiter of justice, the final place, the final destination. Beyond there, if you want justice, then you have to fly and go to heaven if you ever knew where it is. If the Supreme Court will interpret, and the Justice Minister comes and interpret and give a counter interpretation to the Justice Minister, and told the Chief Justice, in essence, he's telling the Chief Justice that you are the Chief Justice, but you do not know the law. So we interpret the law for your understanding, and you accept what we are telling you, that what he did today. But it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. Those people sat down there. Bouaka came to power. Bouaka said, "Your release, Gloria Scott," and every one of them over there except they went Bouaka's way. So if Bouaka doing this to Fonati Kofa, he's not doing it to Fonati Kofa as a person. He's just portraying a bad image of his government that's going to be used against him going forward. That is why I say, let it happen. If many of this can happen, I'll be too happy. You don't get jitter. Yeah, let these things continue to happen, because you know why? They said that these things were never ever going to happen in their regime. How dreadful and diabolical these people were against George Weah and his government. We are not this. We are not that. We are messed the country up. So who's not messing the country up now? Is this not a mess? Is this not a reckless, dirty situation of a government that called itself rescue? You want to be the last government to ever do this. After priding yourself on the rule of law, doing your campaign promises. Y'all continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Y'all play. Before I end this, I want to see pretty close to 1,000 persons already played, because we'll have so much money to give out. So much money. So much money coming from the majority block. So you can do everything majoritarily. If that is a word. But that's what came out today. That's what came up. He went to the Ministry of Information news briefing. Before then, yeah, what happened? The president, in his sycophantic self, will call the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Counselor, Doctor of Law, J. Fonati Kofa. Out of respect, Fonati Kofa honor his invitation. Fonati Kofa could stay away. Bouaka can do nothing. As a matter of fact, it's just respect people can go give to president. But nobody is under obligation to honor any president's request. That nonsense you can be talking, or president can call you and you refuse. That is an absolute diabolical, blatant lie. Bouaka can make a request to me. I said no, and I'm going there. Bouaka can do nothing. I can't send people to kill you when you refuse. But people do it, they do it out of respect. So the speaker, out of respect, went there. Because I don't want you want to open the line, you start lambasting the speaker that he should not have gone there. He did no. Out of respect, he went there. In the meeting, they had the EPS director there, together with some of his officials. I do not know why he invited the EPS director. Apparently, he had this in mind to tell the speaker to resign. But he didn't want to be the one saying it, so the information would not have come out that President Bouaka in a meeting told Fonati to resign. So that discussion prior to the speaker going there, that responsibility rather, was transferred to Sam Gay. In the meeting, Sam Gay told the speaker that he must step back from the contentious situation. That's how he described it, contentious situation, meaning what is unfolding at the House of Representatives, it is contentious, and given the gravity of it, there is no possibility that he's going to win. So he needs to do the self-honorable thing to step back, which means resign. So Bouaka passed that responsibility on to Sam Gay, that you play the bravery. You look in his face and tell him. And he did that. The speaker in return said that he was never going to do that. He remains in the ambit of the law. The guys who are on the other side must abide by the Supreme Court's ruling. And he even made it clear in that meeting today, this morning. Bouaka called him this morning. He said in a meeting that if the police decides, if the authority decide to take their security detail from him, they can go ahead and take it. Meaning, if they want to take all the security around him as speaker, they can take everything from around him, and you can take all. One good thing we know, God protects everybody. God protects everyone. If you wish to, you can take all the security men from around Fonati Kofa. Fonati Kofa being existing as a free man moving around before he became speaker and security came around. In Liberia, you only have those things when you ascend. Before then, whatever sphere of life you find yourself in, you move about normally and freely. And once those things are off you, you breathe a sigh of relief because it is insecurity in itself. You have all those armed men around you. Sometimes you can do things normally that you want to do. So the speaker said, if the police boss who sent his men at the Capitol and intentionally beat all of our lawmakers, if he wants to take the security detail, he can take all. That's what Fonati told the president in a meeting today. After that meeting, the justice minister went to the Ministry of Information. And then he said the president told him to interpret, to give his opinion, to opinionate in the ruling. And his opinion is, as lawyer, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc. Hence, the only option available to Fonati Kofa is to resign. In essence, that's what the justice minister was saying today. So you see now, you're convinced now, watch it. The second thing that is about to happen, let's assume that Fonati is removed. The next thing that you're going to see happening, those yellow machines will get back. And I told you, when I started, the first day I started the show, I said it. And I said that Bouaka had never, ever been comfortable with Fonati Kofa. Bouaka had never been comfortable. He had always wanted Fonati Kofa to get out of that place. And he resolved to do everything within his reach. Now, one person who is shamed in this whole thing is the Minister of Information. He went prouding himself, getting on their Unity Party radio spoon network. The president is not involved. In fact, the president does not want Fonati Kofa to go. He enjoys a good relationship with Fonati Kofa. The president is never. In fact, he's even surprised. I will play a voice, you will hear it. All of those things that people were doing, they were just pretending. Today, and Bouaka made it clear. Bouaka made it clear today through his justice minister. I'm telling you again, assume that Fonati Kofa is off. They install their Mickey Moore speaker, who is dull. The man sat down yesterday. They gave him the floor to preside over the budget hearing for, I think, about 10, 15 minutes. The man sitting there, he chapping, he trembling, his voice cracking, he holding phone, talking from phone. I told you speaker, now you say you speaker. Your clerical staff there, and they will prepare your talking points. your pointers. So you talk from it. That's what people do. How we can do it. We go in. When we're coming on the air, what do? We're coming on the air. Israel coming on the air. He prepare his pointers. When it be coming, he prepare his pointers. That is your guide. How you go, so that you don't just fluctuate. Yesterday he was fluctuating. His own colleagues were looking at him. They were acting like they weren't laughing. Yo, I was at the place to laugh. The man holding phone in hand, talking from phone. He said he's trying to read the budget number. He even know how to read numbers. The man who they say accounting cool. The man confused. When you force something, when you just rush for something, you itch it for it. When the stage is set, people can see your dullness. They can see your ineptitude. They can see your deficiency. You may sit there and talking, you're holding the phone. Everybody looking at it instead of having a prepared text. Rational, literate person prepares his or her text. The people that went for budget hearing yesterday and those who went today, and the one with prepared text. When the people go for confirmation hearing, they go with prepared text, they read their intro, and then they read out their platforms, then followed by the question and answer period, which is extemporaneous. Many days, let's assume that Speaker Kofa is out. Many days in that House of Representatives, there will not be peace. There will not be order. No, there will not be anything called parliamentary decorum over there, because the guy does not have the tenacity to control that flow. The guy is emotional. He's quick to get vexed. Moreover, he doesn't have that in-depth understanding of that place. Being there, it doesn't say that you're really going to stay there. I think in a second thing, he learned nothing from over there. But he's not the issue yet. So the guys are clear. When the speaker is removed, the next thing you're going to hear over there, that the machines. I told you people, why you won't go to calm down and say what Sam Andrews telling you that the reality? What Boaka boasted of? What's the key? What's the priority of the arrest agenda? Road agriculture. So to implement that, the theory, no, you need the materials. You need all that is required. You're not just presenting an ambitious platform. The platform, the rating aspect is one, and the practical aspect is another. But the rating aspect gives rise to the practical aspect. So he said road, agriculture. What are you going to use for the roads? What are you going to use for agriculture? How the agriculture commerce going to get jump started? You need the machines to open up. You need all of those things. And you think that it will not resurrect? You think the yellow machine stuff is the end? Well, if you think that way, then sorry. I should tell you that you're living with illusion. It will come. This thing is a plan. So the guy said Fonati should find a place to go. They no longer recognize him as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Rather, they recognize the majority bloc. They recognize the majority bloc. What's Sylvester Grisby communication? What's Sylvester Grisby communication? The guys they finish with Fonatio. Baga succeeded. Baga succeeded. Conclusion. This is the Minister of Justice, Councillor N. Oswatwe. He said, I am of the further legal opinion that the other two criteria set out in the Supreme Court's opinion were met, and hence that the setting of the majority quorum of the House was legal and constitutional. I am informed that at each setting of the majority constituting the quorum of the House, the sergeant at arms present and carried the commencement of the day's session, and further, that not only was the chaplain of the House present, but that he offered prayers after the crying. Yeah, is that what you get? CRING. Why you get that? My own thing. After the crying of the commencement of the day's session. I don't know what he mean by crying or his typographical error. He went further. If in such circumstances the speaker elected not to be present at the majority quorum of the House, it was legal and as provided for both the Constitution and the rules of the House for the deputy speaker to preside over the meeting and the business of the House at such meeting. His opinion. My reading of the court's opinion and the analysis made above dictate what constitutes a valid, legal, and constitutional plenary of the House of Representatives, as quoted in the court's opinion, bringing me to the conclusion that the majority members of the House of Representatives met the constitutional requirements explicated by the court to hold session and take decisions consistent with the laws of the country and the rules of the House of Representatives. Therefore, I am of the considered opinion, and the law supports my opinion, that the budgetary process can be legally carried out by the majority members, provided they meet the same standards laid out by the Supreme Court's opinion, forming an integral part of my opinion, and that any decision thereof is constitutional, legal, and valid. Kind regards. Sincerely yours, Councillor Oswald, Minister of Justice. His document, this is the last portion of 6-page. This is the conclusion of what he said today. So from every indication, nothing is going to work for the speaker. I think the speaker sensed that, and it prompted him to have said in that meeting this morning with Buakai that if the LNP can or wish to withdraw their security detail, they can. I have no problem with it. I think he sensed that, yes, he's every era, because the goal is let's break him every way, every era. Let's close everything. Let's stifle him. Since he doesn't want to resign, let's stifle him. Let's corner him. Let's push him against the wall, against the wall. Let's make sure that he doesn't function in any capacity as speaker. As long as he can stay on, let him stay on with his few guys, but nothing going to work for him. In fact, his budget allocation we're going to block it. That's the resolution. Those guys, look, Bwaka resolve. That thing, the guy don't, you want to open the line, I beg you. You don't blast Fonati Kofa as being wrong for going to Bwaka. No. That respect. The speaker can request anybody to come to him too. That respect. But it doesn't say that he's far better or he's more powerful, that when the speaker refuses to go there, then something will happen to the speaker, except they want to tell us that we're in a junta state with Nebuchadnezzar presiding. Because that Nebuchadnezzar, when he sent for you, you refuse, then he putting you in the burning fire furnace, like he did to the 3 Hebrews brothers. So the speaker went there. But Bwaka just went to make fun of himself, and he felt it was the speaker. This thing was already decided. They planned it. So what he wanted, his plan was, look, let's call this man and let him sit with me and let's talk one-on-one and let me allow him to see reason to step down. But I wouldn't want to be the one to do it. Same guy, when he comes in our discussion, midway in the discussion or at the close of discussion, you tell him, Bwaka, that is the reason he invited Fonati. He said he just pretended to say, oh, he's concerned about the things that are happening at the House of Representatives, and Kofa needs to work with his colleagues to put it under control. You see, dullness of a president. How will you say that you are concerned? This thing been running for weeks. The international community raised concern. You say no, you're not listening. ECOWAS came here, you refuse to listen to ECOWAS. The U.S. ambassador had to bypass you and go to opposition leader, former President George Weah, to talk to him to help in bringing the situation under control, because as they see the signs, it could explode into something unprecedented. You've been sitting here as president. You sat down, your people say they're going there. You approve your people going there. You weren't aware. It is now you sitting with the speaker and say you're concerned. When you begin concerned, that's ineptitude to the core, and that's been very dull. Pretending. Oh yes, the Bible said the devil disguises himself. He comes like an angel. That's how Bwaka is behaving. You know, you've been following the thing. What kind of president in this country with that kind of situation at the legislature will not know every step of the way? Then if he's trying to say, let's take it that way that he's concerned, why did he from the onset say this thing happened, I will have to consult my lawyer, I will have to consult the legal people? Why was he consulting here and there? Why couldn't he have said, look, this thing could spiral into something else? Let us not allow it to go far. I'm concerned. As the leader, everything will come on me. Hence, let me make an intervention to have this thing resolved. He wasn't concerned. He was enjoying the game. He was enjoying. He was giving added impetus to those guys. The moving to RLJ. How can you be a president in your own country? Certain group of people leave their official working offices and go to a hotel to sit down to do the country's work when nothing is happening. Their offices are not in war. Guns are not being fired there. You sat down, you are lying. Why it is true that we've got 3 separate but coordinated branches of government, and this is the absolute nonsense in that whole stuff called 3 separate branches of government. You got the president. Anything happen in this country, they will not say 3 separate branches of government. They will say the president. Who everybody lashing at? Bwaka. The president has the final say. He took the office. It wasn't 3 branches of government that took office. That whole stuff about 3 separate branches of government, it's just absolute nonsense when it comes to certain time. We're in a crisis. Who should step up? The president. given what is happening and how it could explode, that it will affect your government, it will portray a bad image of your government. You sat down, you did nothing. Your information minister said what is happening at the legislature and the executive is not involved, the president got nothing there. That's a separate branch of government. So if there's a separate branch of government, why call for Kofa now? Leave it. Let them go ahead. The only reason Boaka put up the audacity to invite the speaker because of what happened yesterday, what the police did yesterday, and now those footages go all around the world. Had that thing not happened yesterday, Boaka would never ever call for Kofa. Boaka was enjoying the game. He was afraid that somebody would have died over there. Given what the police did, looking at lawmakers, human beings, fellow citizens, beating them with baton, beating lawmakers because they are not from the majority bloc. That thing the police did yesterday, listen, it will never ever erase from Liberians' minds. Some will forget, but majority will not. It was that same thing that brought, one of the things that brought the war in this country. And we soon forget. We are not cognizant of the past. We don't use the past to guide us going into the future. The same thing Samuel Doe and his people were doing here. Samuel Doe had the police and the military trampling upon people. That's what Samuel Doe was doing here. From there, it degenerated into tribal authority. The crown people were the ones who were ruling. If you weren't crowned at that time, you could not get position in the government, and you dare come around the presidential perimeter. Then Charles Taylor came with his own. And still, we're not learning sense. We're still using imperial power to divide the country. And people keep grudge. It was the grudge that people kept for years. And when the opportunity came, they took advantage of it. That is why you see today, this country can't get back into its state. This is why it's still struggling to get its infrastructure system back into place. Because everything was badly damaged on the basis of grudge for what people did. Listen, nobody wants war. Everybody experiences a war. Martin Luther King said, one of the reasons that God has allowed me to live in this period is to see what is unfolding in history. And I can say the same of myself, I have said repeatedly. I never left here. 1990, people left. I never left this place. We saw things. We walk in dead bodies. We step into dead bodies. We move from one end to another. Bullets flow over us here and there. We crawl on ground. We did all kinds of things. God was hovering us. We ran into church. We ran from one end to another. We saw things. We saw people being killed in front of us. The first time to see bullets going into people. The first time to see human being throat being slit. We saw things raw before our eyes. That's why I can never forget that statement that Martin Luther King made. He said, God has allowed me to live in this period to see what is unfolding, so that at the close of the day, you can guide other people who did not see. No one war in this country. Nobody won war. I saw it. I'm a living testimony. It's deadly. It's nasty. It is beyond human imagination when it's taking place. Those of you who have never experienced it, pray not to experience it. But listen, it doesn't say that because a country experienced war, therefore, when people start to do the same thing that brought a war, will not happen again. That is a lie. You go ask Nigeria. Their countries are. God himself can allow a country to go through successive wars when the same things are happening. We have to stop this thing. It's not because you have power, so you trample on people. And you think they are not humans, only you alone and your people are humans. You flout the law. You circumvent the law. Everything must work in your favor. Once it's not working in your favor, it's not going to work at all. What you want that what should happen? That you build an imperial presidential dynasty. That's what is happening presently in Liberia. Why can Unity Party people be shamed? And I know they are shamed because this is unprecedented. It hasn't happened. All the things that you're saying about the CDC government, we know the CDC government did, yes. They had their own excesses. They were extra. But you capitalize on their errors. You capitalize on their presidential, their security, their whatsoever excesses. You use them as weapons, political weapons against them to ascend to the presidency. And everybody felt that, yes, with rescue coming, we're not going to experience any one of those that Weah did. What is happening all over the place? You say Weah was killing people. Yeah. Sambuaka came to power. Check the number of deaths. The situation report coming up. The number of deaths. Broad day. The police look at that woman's son and shot him. The only thing they had to do is to say, we're sorry. Yeah, Amanda there. We can name all. All these things have been cataloged. Look at the law. They said Judge Weah moved Kabina Janet. But Kabina Janet was given due process. Kabina Janet was given due process. It was not a coup. It was not a covert. It was not a mercenary scheme against Kabina Janet. Kabina Janet was given due process the entire war. Witness Kabina Janet due process. You came to power. A legitimate constitutional government in a sovereign country. Investigated a case and found the former Chief Justice guilty. You come to power. You neutralize that. You disregard it. Say, put the woman outside. In fact, let the woman have press conference. Where you have ever seen that in the war? An accused will sit there in prison having a press conference with the deputy minister and other government officials there, blasting the outgoing government and threatening. And then a few hours later, the president released her. So who killed Shala Musuna? You leave that. You have no time for that. But you're only concerned about your interests. And you expect that people will just forget these things normally? It's hard, people. It's one of the reasons why we had this world state. We can come to our senses. What must God do? Must God come down or send Angel Gabriel to say, Liberians, what you people are doing? You're going back, you're retrogressing, you're forgetting. You know why some people can ask the question, why God allowed this? Because they refuse to think about the past, to look back. That's why he said, look back over your life. What led you to fight? What led you to lose thousands of your people? What led almost all of your infrastructures down? That today you're begging other countries to help you. You can hardly stand on your feet. Look back and be mindful not to do those things that destroy your country. Show no sign. You think God's stupid, eh? You think God can allow another war to enter Liberia? You think when we hear of those other countries that are going through it, you think God against them and love us only? You think that's how God operates? When you sit down, you trample upon your people. You bring injustice. You exercise absolute power. You subject them. You place them in a dungeon. And you wield so much power and authority, and you lie and merit make The Bible says God has a way of avenging. This is not a full defense. We have not made this a defense for Fanatic Kofa. As I wrap up on this to go to something else. Not a defense for Fanatic Kofa, but rather the law. Had those guys just done what is right in line with the law, nobody will be talking what we're talking. Everybody will give them that utmost respect and honor as honorable men as they call themselves, even though ironically they are not. Nobody will be calling Representative Speaker Richard Coon because they will have acted in line with the law. But they're operating outside the law, and it is clear to the extent that the justice minister will say that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the majority bloc. But he's right. He's right because, you know, that whole thing, it was a political scheme. It was a political syndicate. That whole thing. Everybody knew about it. Everybody knew about it. The president, the chief justice, the justice minister, all of those people, they were part of that plan to get Fanatic Kofa out. The chief justice, how is it a separate branch of government? The chief justice cannot give a definitive ruling, but will leave it open, thereby creating a crisis. Do you know that if people had died over there yesterday at that legislature, was going to be the chief justice responsibility? If people had died over there, every decision is costly. What that means is you have to look at the aftermath. If you leave it open, there is a room for potential crisis. If you are definitive, there is every likelihood that you have diffused tension. What the Chief Justice did, along with the Associate Justices, because that was a coherent, a unanimous decision. Not only the Chief Justice alone, she only read the verdict. What the four bench did, all of them knew. They subordinated themselves to the executive. No reason why the three branches of this country, or the two branches, the judiciary and the legislature, have always been subservient to the executive. They have always been told to and fro. The president sits now, says, and just take a telephone call to the chief justice, say, let that case go against them. And the chief justice and her people will find a way. That what happened. Just a one telephone call, Boaka made. That's why the chief justice, she didn't want to say the majority block wrong. She didn't want to say the minority block right. And your right to be your own colleagues, your own lawyers, that your own colleague, you're treating like that. That your own colleague, you're stabbing your own colleague, Fanatic Kofa, in the back. Your own legal man. You're stabbing him in the back. I hope you play the King's Cash. Let's play the King's Cash giveaway. Get money. We're giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars today. You can only play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And this is how you play. Dial *799 *24# and play with just 200 Liberian dollars. 200 Liberian dollars only, or $1.50. And as you play, you will win for yourself. Oh, sorry, $100 Liberty. Yeah, sorry, we are humans. Only God can make error. Play with $100. $100 liberty, $100. That's all. Just pay $100. And as you play as many times you can, you're going to win that 3,000. Let's go to the line now. Have your say on the first pointer, and then we'll move to something else. So it's up to Funati Kofa now. They want him to resign. That is why they pressure him, they stifling him, they cornering him, they're doing everything to him. The next thing, they're going to stop all budgetary support to his office. Everything, he will just be surviving on his personal cash. That's what Boakai intend to do. So you see the plan working. And at the close of the day, those of you who are doing all of these things, listen, you enjoy Boakai money. You're justify. You live a good life in. But this thing here will be over. No crisis lasts forever and ever. Every crisis comes to pass. You will not have the face to look into your colleagues over there. The police officers that did that yesterday, you enjoy yourself. You continue to beat. You continue to beat the lawmaker. Even you want, the only thing you don't care then. You're beating any way you want to beat them. In that Boakai government, and when some of these things were happening in Weah government, you were running from radio station to radio stations. They were going to America, telling the American Congress that we are police beating people. They were making reference to Walter Sisulu and other people's situation all over this place. People couldn't hear VOA. Every evening morning, VOA come on Liberia there. Every evening, BBC comes on Focus on Africa, Liberia there. We are government is doing this. We are government is doing that. And we cannot talk to Mo Ali, who is the Secretary General of Unity Party. We cannot talk to Emma Stewart, who is responsible for media. We cannot talk to the minister. All kinds of stuff. We were hearing all over the place. Because the people too, they made the people to believe by the mind game that those things were happening. So the people too took it and voted against CDC with the understanding that the country will not experience any one of those things that they made them to believe were happening. Ironically, they are experiencing the same thing under the government that made them to believe that those things were happening under Weah government. Yeah, it's happening now. The same thing happening where we are. Now they don't want anybody to criticize them. They don't want anybody to do anything. The police, early time, Chancellor time, we never saw, we never heard. As we were coming up, we never heard lawmakers beaten by police. George Weah time, we saw the situation here with representatives and the police, they argue. But not a single police officer put hand on a lawmaker. It is in Boakai's time that the sanctity of the legislature, the first branch of government, is desecrated. Police evaded the compound of the legislature, the first branch of government. Nowhere in the world it has ever happened. Liberia is the only country with that damning record under Boakai. D. Nebuchadnezzar president. The first branch of government. Do you think, let's assume that something happened. You think the police, they can go into Boakai office and start beating people there? But the people right to beat the lawmakers. Because if you people have always stood your ground as independent as you are, though you have that coordinative right, the legislature, the executive will not be doing what they're doing. But you people have always begged for crumbs at the feet of the executive. This is why you people are never ever respected. First time. So everything that they accuse Weah of, they accuse the CDC of, what is happening presently, erased everything. What a dreadful situation. Looking at the first branch of government, the place that you, Boakai, you will go in a couple of weeks from now to stand and say you're giving State of the Nation address. Your men went there with guns. So it means that anything happening over there, your men can open fire and nothing will come of it. Why? Why? What is this? Is that what the people brought the rescue in for? How is that a rescue? Or you rescue the country to beat on the same people, beating lawmakers. Hey, God. Hey. We can tell you the conversation. The conversation somehow, man. They call all they ask you all. They say, boy, they say, boy, your country, oh, that your own police power, the only thing they know to be beating your citizen, beating the move from the citizen and that the lawmaker, the beating all over the place. We say, yeah, oh, that rescue there. Oh. Say, hey, man, too shame, man, too sorrowful. Yeah. The other voice say, but the guys are reporting that one of the lawmakers in hospital. I said, yeah, they call him Representative Luther Collins. Yeah, in hospital, one of the local hospitals around here. He say, hey man, but why do people go to that level? Police don't enter the compound of the House of Representatives or the legislature. They stay outside and provide maximum security. I say, oh, our umpa, the police, they ain't get limitation. They don't have any boundary. They are beyond boundary. But when something happening, let them say fighting on the other side. They can't go to war because they won't be sent. Me, I can't lie to you. When the people ask about the country, I can say it raw. I ain't here to protect anything, protect anybody. I can say it raw. When they say they put 14 years, I say, yeah, they put 14. That other person doing it 1 year. They say they're doing it because of so and so. The same way they were sending negative news about CDC and George Weah, that the same way we say it. They left from here, they went in America, United Party people, they said it. They went in America, they were telling the people in America, they were telling investors not to come to Liberia. They said because George Weah were killing people all over the place, George Weah not respecting the law. So they were telling investors not to come. They were doing it. They didn't holler. Then they will come back in the country and start to tell the people that investors not coming into the country because we are doing this, we are doing that. That why investors not coming. Since they came now, what kind of investor? Yeah, American here. Look what American said. American said 1 year, not a single significant investment has come to the country. You go to American, you're asking. American said 1 year lost. 1 year lost on grudge, hate, malice. 1 year, American said no significant investment has come to the country. Who wants to come to Liberia? You know why the roads now, they are slow? They thought that they were going to move fast with the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads. You know why it's slow? Because to source funding. And that is who wants to. So the people telling the government now, you can improvise. That means the money that you guys start with it, start getting the materials and other things there. When we see how you going with it, how transparent you are, then we'll start contributing. Yeah, man. All right, let me turn to you, yeah. Let me turn to you. Have your say. Have your say. Let me see how well we can give the people their money. Hello. 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 You are on the air. Hello. Oh. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 98 03 75. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you call from?
My name would be unknown.
What?
I'm not going to call my name, please, for some reason.
No, if you're not going to call your name, then forget it. No, your identity has to come out. Why you must say nobody knows your identity? Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. And you?
Fine. I'm Deconti Johnson, calling from Johnson.
Let's hear you, Dagonti.
Yeah. The thing that going on. That I want to say something about it. About our lawmaker then. And the main people I want to talk, our lawmaker then I can keep on the star, the star east side. What they do to food and tea, that's the right thing they're supposed to do. When you get your somebody, when they speak that, that's what they cover the neighbors. But the wicked, what they do, I surprise our star east people when come from star east. Our cool lawmaker then where over there. They see what they do and then with the people are shitting. When they are shitting, they are ungrateful. You can be ungrateful to your brother like that. And that man just forget it. They will walk on Broad Street, they will see one another.
All right. All right, Dagonti.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Hello?
Hello, my son. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
I thank God for the discussion today. I will say he that is strong to succeed, destruction will wait for them at the end of their success.
Yeah, so true.
I want to tell Kofa, let it go. Let it go. There's a reason. You see, when things are happening like this, people don't understand the word of God. 1 Samuel 15, from 22 to 23, he says, stubbornness is as witchcraft. So, let them go ahead and do what they want to do. I pray, I'm speaking to Kumasi because now they justice minister, they all have been paid. This thing that work, there's something that not working, or ever since before even they start acting to go to that hotel. So the only thing I'm telling my son, let it go. Let it go, and we get to know that things were behind it. Let Kufati let it go. There are more things you will hear when you let it go. There are big things there behind it. Let the Lord fight this battle. Let it go. We the old people, we are asking him. Now that we're scared to die, there is just one and finish. We got nothing to lose on it, only our children. But let it go. The Lord will arise in this nation and they will see the falling of them. One by one, let it be. Let fatigue give it off. Let them take it. And the court has decided, let them take it. So I told people, I said, that court, I don't trust it and they will never come on. You cannot come out where they hang the us. Nowhere in the world. Now they're beating them in their places. Oh my God, it's too much. Let it go.
All right.
God said, Samuel, the people did not reject you. I mean, they reject. I'll get them a ruler and not a leader. They will kill their children. They will rape them. They will do all manner of things to them. What happened? We will go back. We have not learned yet. Thank you, my son.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from. Let's hear you.
Yeah, we thought that you and listening to us living as in a living room. What the people want for job, we are easy to do. In the thing here. And what confuses me as I see. What they want for we are easy to do. They may pay something. The people who are in the country, they were in the town here. And I may say army and police. Embarrassing. Where you must do? The anywhere to put in the people government business. I think it's meant for himself, but I don't know it right. Hello.
All right, mom. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello? Hello? What is happening? Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, your name and where you call from?
Kofa District 16, Rose Camara.
Let's hear you, Rose.
Okay. I want to call to tell Nati Kofa, let him forgive it, let him leave it. Because this country, the particular country we tire. So that is for Nati forgive it, let him leave everything in God hand. God has a country. God knows the reason why he says you move on there. Let him wait for his time. The name he get is the name Ponati means Ponati. Wait for your time. So let him get forgive it. Let him forgive because we are in the country every time in the church praying for the nation press. Every time we be praying more than 1 hour, 2 hours in churches. Then when you back out government, you feel the country for them, you need to take it. We know that God created the country. The country not for them. When they say the country for them, they take it. Hello? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's bring this person on. Hello?
Yeah, this is Steve calling from the US. My brother, the thing here is, woman talk that living. That the same way we've been living thing we go until la brother develop. They want bring it that basically, let we chakra A, who get big piece A. But the people, they're not more than anybody in anything. So they kind of think that it will continue. Tomorrow they will do it again and they say, let us leave it. The next chakra again, they do it, let us leave it. For nothing should not leave it. Stand like a man, you are a lawyer. Defend your credential as a lawyer. Take it to the high end. Don't be afraid of nobody. They bring it, we can fix it, we can spoil it. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. What's happening with this one? Hello? Hello? Something is happening somewhere. 077-223-9933, 088-630-4497, 077-980375. Hello?
Hello, Sam Andrew?
Yes, hello?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay, Papa. The guy is hungry, one K wasn't in the country.
So you're hungry, Nana?
No, but man, the last time you saw my day. Then they put like, hey, Gary, I'm not sure we were saying that we're on fire.
But why your Gary? Why your Gary?
My man, we're not working out there, no business going on.
Oh.
No business running.
Yeah, but man, see, now you play the King's Cash giveaway. You see, today we give you 3,000. Yes, play the King's Cash giveaway. Say your Gary the money, no business, no more. Then you play.
You know what I'm playing? You know how I'm playing the freedom can get away, all kids can get away. I've been playing. Maybe God want me to win this time. All I devil to win it, but I've been playing from freedom to kids.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I hear my friend talking about let practical about leave it, let him resign. I want him resign. All the say you resign. That's what I'm calling.
Yeah. So what you got to say?
I hear the woman saying that the man should resign. They say he won't resign. All the court say he should resign.
No, he didn't say he resigning. Oh, Boaka called him to meeting. Boaka want him to resign, but Boaka not say it in his face. Boaka put it. Boaka gave it to the EPS boss to tell him that the EPS boss say he must step aside. So he said no.
Okay.
He not stepping aside. Even if they want to, their security people from him, they can take it. But he not resigning.
Okay. What I want to say, want for me, but you talking, oh, let you leave it. No, let leave it. I made what I put there around here. You understand?
Yeah.
A boss castle in this country will running from here and there. It's too much. If I let the power, I will make sure that they move people from Musiba, they reach their point. They work out to all money. That's going who government. Say he got letter. His baby has for the Kofa in the country. He said, "Yeah, for the Kofa." Somebody was showing the lesson. They saying that, yeah, he is sitting lawyer. He's not stupid man in the country. He's a 10 man in the country. Three showing the lesson for Waka. They say he was leaving for 10 of we're not 40 warrior. What will happy or happy? Let them Waka in this country. The country was Waka. If for Liberia, for freedom. Someone said, oh, leave it, resign. But no. But I said no. That's what I right here. That's right. And what is going to the court? And when the court tell you, say what you say will alter the law. But tell you, say what they put minute. What I do you want for the world to do? Is that? We don't call a man say, oh, social council, and what have you? So tell you what left. And say, for the MP, but they say, oh, leave it. You say, I'm going to people to go for the play.
All right, my Sisi. Thank you.
You want to move from there, let you stay here, ground. You will go back to the court.
All right, my Sisi. Thank you. Hello? Hello? You are on the air, Chief. You went off, so let's try the women line. Hello?
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, fine. And you?
I'm good this afternoon.
Your name and where you call from?
Oh, I'm Friday Dennis calling from Cinco.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, boss man. I want to start. The visitor has said it as for this to therefore go everything. But yeah, I want to say the constant Sunday. They won't want to push off. So let us say that no man is care for us. Only God is only here for any one of us. Only God alone care for any one of us. So if fanatics say that, I mean, if Boka say that the man is resign, because Boka is the head of Nigeria now. Nobody can fight by him. Do you know all of them? If you say fanatics resign, that's what it is resign. That God care for every one of us. Because in Nigeria now, people want to say all the things here and there. So I believe that the Nigerian, some of the Nigerian people don't left for that to even be up there. So let him fight after he left, and let him forget about Nigerian people and wife. Okay. Say if they have it in a hand. So my advice, let him just forgo everything. Go have every one of us.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Sir Andrew.
Yes.
This is the voice of Peter Star and I join from Sacramento community.
Let's hear you, Peter.
All right. Let me just make a quick apology to you. Let me appeal to you. This is not normal enrichment. This is a genuine and a dictatorial enrichment. So some of our compatriots may like to contribute, maybe because of their environment, where they work or something, they are afraid. Because as we are all aware, these people go on Facebook and they monitor radio station to hear your voice and trace you. So I beg you can get professional kind of media on you, which this kind of people can air at you. Or let me just be
who people now? Who people you referring to?
No, let's call right now and say you are not going to call on him.
Oh, yeah, no, but I don't, we can't accept radio station. You call your name. When you call it in, you call your name. How will you say you don't want to call your name? No, we can't accept that one.
But you know they kind of radio
then you need that call. If you want to give your identity, then don't just call.
All right, sir, let me just make my contribution quick before I leave the line. Or you see what is going on that will get the executive now are turning into a warring faction against the House of Representatives because we're seeing them sending police officers and brutalizing the lawmakers. So this is what will come in, and when we told our people, they said they agree. We said this Pape, we don't have any trace of reconciliation from when he comes. This Pape, was over CPP, and we know the rest of the story. Whenever they took over Unity Party, The one who literally took it from nowhere. Liberian politics never knew the face of Joseph Boakai. For Joseph Boakai to become a brain, somebody got rebranding. The person who did that work of rebranding him and Salif, what did he do to her? He on her birthday, he organized a group of talk. They went and insulted her. They all sorts of things, thereby dividing the unity party. Every institution he went to, he destroyed. Now we are giving Liberia, and the rest of it is a history that is unfolding now. Liberia is about to be destroyed.
All right, Chief.
If Liberians
Thank you.
rise up and take matters into their hands, it will be destroyed. Like destroy all the institutions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Today we're giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars. Play with just $1 Liberian dollars, and dial *799 *24#, and you win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. Let's draw the first winner. Hold on, let me draw my first winner. Then we will get to you. Just hold on. We've got another important issues to talk about, but that's what it is. Let's call this winner. Continue to play, and you will win. That's 3,000 up for grabs. Let's go. Let's see you. Okay, let's go again. According to the rules, we'll call 3 times. No response. Well, that's it. Let's go again for the 10th and last time.
Hello, valued subscriber. Please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered.
All right. We'll try. Yes, we'll call again. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, talk louder. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5. You want to leave the noise. Move from the noise.
I'm not in the noise, so sitting somewhere quiet. I think that also.
Yeah, but move from there because I want to tell you something very important. Go inside, move from there. They're overshadowing your voice.
Okay.
Don't call the phone. Yes.
You getting me on? You getting me?
Yeah, okay. It's all right now. It's all right. Yeah. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5.
I know your voice. You can always on top of thing with iron station.
Okay.
I found it to that station.
All right. What is your name?
Fatu Kone.
Fatu Kone.
From Magibi County.
How you spell that Fatu?
F-A-T-U.
And a Kone.
C-O-R-N-E-H.
Oh, C-O-R-N-E-H. Okay, your own different.
C-O-R-N-E-H.
Yeah, I get it. F2, I get it. Did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Sure, I play.
When
I playing it, I was even trying to get one now, because when I play, I get win.
So when did you play? When you play?
Today I played 3 times.
You played 3 times today?
Yeah.
Oh, you played 3 times on the show, Real Talk.
Yeah, Real Talk I played.
Okay. Congratulations. So you won 3,000 real Liberian money.
Thank you very much. I want you 1 million on my name.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. F2, you can win 1 million. As you play, you every time you play, you will win 1 million. People have won 1 million. They've even won more than 1 million. So it's possible.
Now what I'm doing, I put $8,000 in my phone. The other day, I literally every day finish.
Don't get discouraged. Continue to put money there and play. One day we will call you and say, Fatu, you win 1 million.
Yeah, and I want praying to have.
It will happen. It will happen, dear. Don't worry. It will happen. Just play, yeah?
All right, I will do.
Okay, congratulations. Enjoy your 3,000.
Thank you very much. much. I will still keep it for the program.
Okay. You put it back in the show.
I'll send it back to you because I wanted $1 million.
That's good. That's so nice.
Thank you very much. Let me laugh. Thank you very much.
Okay.
More should come from there. More should come from there.
Amen.
Everybody in Liberia.
Amen.
Thanks for the hard work. That God bless you people.
Okay, F2. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
I will do.
Fatu has won for herself 3,000. Continue to play. So you see, if you can play as many times it's within your reach, you will win. Fatu says she played several times. She didn't win, but she didn't get discouraged. She continued to play, and now she has won. That's how it is in life. You never give up. Continue to play. Let's do it as quickly as we can before we leave the show. We want to draw several winners before we can leave the show. So the House of Senate, it's not easy. Hey, all the phones. Okay. All right, let me take a few, then we'll go to the Senate. Hello?
Hello.
No, sorry, sir. The number for women. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Philip Tamba, I'm calling from Okawa.
Let's hear you, Tamba.
Sam Andrew, this country, we are confused. We don't know what is going on. Even the Supreme Court, we don't depend on the Supreme Court now. It's only God that can save us. And my advice to the police people. Today, Thomas Faraday using you, JJ Kunda using you, and you are living in a community with people. They got to be very careful. They need to be very careful. That's why I call in my little brother. I'm telling you, I'm saying, my man, if before you resign and Gary Kuma to send you in the street, then go and attack your family.
Your little brother in the police?
Yes.
So you advise him to leave the police?
No, but the way things going. The way things going, I'm afraid. Because they are using it. And so they already paid their good money to go and brutalize lawmakers.
No, but
because they get followers.
Your brother was at the Capitol building on Monday as one of the police officers.
No, I got to stop for now. For
take time. No, take time. Let me get that good. Wait, take time. Let me get that good. Your brother, was he at the Capitol building on Monday? Was he amongst those police officers that beat the lawmakers?
To maintain the mess status, I can't tell you that.
No. You see now you're spoiling it. You're spoiling your brother's name. I know one thing. I mean that your real brother.
I'm not calling.
You're not sure. You ain't sure that he was there, so you can say the
job. I need to be security sensitive, my brother.
Oh, just because he policeman, so you consider all of that is see.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He must be very careful. I love him so much.
Okay, thank you.
You not continue to use them for nothing and they harm them.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Hey, boy. The same thing we're talking about the lawmakers, then they're running into errors. You're blasting the people, then you're doing the same thing. 077-980-3754 for only women. You're not woman. Then you calling on women line. The line that you should call on 0772-2399-33 0886-30-44-97. I listening to the radio when I hear the announcer say 077-980-3755, the women's line. Then they call the other one. I would never go to that women's line. That common sense. So I beg you start calling on that line. Hello. That line only for the women. That man CC their line.
Yeah, I'm Peter Davika, so I come from another street like in Lower Johnsonville.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the fascinating discussion. In a society where incompetency oversees competencies and oppression and dictatorship becomes the order of the day. That has been the attribute of these guys who came to power. And you see, it is quite unfortunate that a minister of justice will interpret the Constitution upside down. That's a complete, a dictatorship and lack of ideas. And these guys came to power with a mentally depleted idea. That's why you see how the country is running. Every sector of the liberal society is just upside down. Joseph Walker came into power because The ideas of education is not there. The last every mental capacity to govern this particular society, and we articulated that to our people yesterday. But it did not
All right,
let
Chief.
And now the reality has set in. But
Thank you.
Let me say this to Joseph Walker. In this particular morning, this pluralistic democracy, if any government comes with dictatorship or an oppressive leadership, it cannot survive.
Okay.
Then go and ask Guinea.
Thank you, sir.
So they'll come a day with their work, and we hear that Joseph Walker is
Thank you, sir. Let's draw our second winner. We have to give these people their morning. The country is hard. It's not easy. Lawmakers enjoying from the majority bloc 25,000. They beating the minority bloc lawmakers. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm calling you from Kings FM 88.5. I'm Sam Andrews. What is your name?
My name is
Alfred Williams.
Alfred Williams.
How you spell your first name?
My first name is
A-F-U-A?
A-F-E-H.
Oh, A-F-E-H.
Yeah, A-F-E-H. Alfred.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Yeah, I just played.
Oh, you just play it, huh?
Yeah, I just played.
How you play?
I played star 799 star 24 hash.
Uh-huh.
And then they kept me in a program that I should select which currency I should play in. And then I decided to play LD.
Okay, Mr. Williams, congratulations. You won for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars.
I just received a 10
Okay. All right. Enjoy your Tuesday. You Real Madrid man or you Barca man?
Barcelona man.
Yeah, okay. Our man, they beating our man at Real Madrid today. So you got 3G to sit down and enjoy yourself while they're beating them. Okay, Dada, enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Okay. Everyone, Williams wants his 3,000. Continue to play. So you see, the guys are winning. They're getting money in their pocket. You get invested with the lawmakers. The people are butchering 25,000, 15,000. They're enjoying themselves. They're going to El Arajay Hotel and other places. When they put their hand in the pocket, they're not playing with liberty. The people ain't no liberty. Lawmakers, when they put their hand in the pocket, so US. US. So you say that the people not giving you $5. They're using you. The radio station say, put money in your pocket. Play the King's Cash giveaway so you will get money too. We're in the season already. Don't be hoping on your lawmaker or hoping on government. That thing they're doing over there, that budget will not pass now. So you waiting for it, say, oh, government will pay, get money. Listen to God. He say use wisdom. The people giving you money, go on our side. Play $2, just $1. $1 LD. You win 3,000. Continue to play. Play as many times as you can. We will soon be leaving. We'll be leaving at 5:30. So let's get as many winners as we can get before 5:30. Let's do it. Play. Continue to play wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Just play. It's $1. Just $1. Liberty. So the Senate met today, and they took a decision, and that decision was made known by Magibi County Senator Nathaniel Fallow McGill. Magibi County Senator McGill made that public disclosure that the Senate has now decided to deal with the majority bloc, the renegades, the breakaway, the mutineers, the rebels. He had a news conference today and he disclosed that they have, but he took exception he took exception to what the guys resolve on doing. He took exception to it. But he can't do anything beyond, because he's just one person. The guys have resolved to support the majority bloc. What that means is they will now have, or they will do the budget hearing alongside the majority bloc. So at this point in time, I expect that they will not be calling themselves majority bloc again. They should be calling themselves House of Representatives instead of calling themselves majority bloc. Because once you consider yourself the majority and you have everything, then you just say House of Representatives. Musability reacted. Musability said, democracy has fallen. Yes, democracy has fallen. Let me get to the Senator McGill. He had a news conference today, and he disclosed that the guys have resolved to start doing business with the
some of us, and I want to tell you some of you with the not agree, but the majority of the
Oh, it's not easy. It's not easy. Sorry. Yeah. There where we are. It's too bad of. All right. So the Senate, as you heard McGee say, they took a decision to support the majority bloc, or align with the majority bloc, or join with the majority bloc, whichever description you want to give it. The majority, most of them took that decision, except for few. For him, McGill, he objected. He refused to side with them. But his colleagues in the majority at the Senate took a unanimous decision to align with the guys at the House of Representatives.
They have to decide. They have to make a decision whether they're going to call it one or the other.
Oh, yeah. So they will now start discussing the budget with the guys there, or they will join them. It's going to be a joint budget hearing, or whichever way they do it, so-called parliamentarily. But that's what the President Joseph Boakai has turned the country into, and he's right. Henceforth, I'm not going to blame Boakai on anything. I'm not going to blame Boakai again. He has his own dullness of a person and leader. But if the guys at the legislature did not give in, it wasn't going to happen. The weakest legislature in the whole world is Liberia. The weakest. No reason why when these guys leave from here, they get out of this country. You don't see nothing significant. They get in meetings across the world. They sit there in those meetings like mumu. They sit there like mumu. No significant impact they can make because they know nothing. They just sit there. They are excited with honorifics. Honorable. Yeah, that's all. But beyond that, nothing. Then another thing the Senate did today. You see, Yombli Kangare, Yombli, I told you, when they said they were setting up a mediatory team, from the perspective of the Senate, I told you that that was just a makeup. It was a prank, a comedy. You expect Yombli Kanga Lawrence, who wanted to be vice president. Job Walker didn't give her face. She got vexed. She distanced herself. She almost cut off from Joseph Walker. I can say she cut off. She and Walker was not speaking. She cut off. Last minute of time, they begged her to get on the rescue team. How they fool her to get on the rescue team, they start calling her rescue mother. So she was convinced by that. Now, they told her that rest assured, we will make you pro tem. All of these concessions are made before. It's just like the player the coach wants the player on the team. The coach can call the player and sell the project to the player, the team's project. That's when you hear the player say during his presentation, the project presented to me by the team is this, is that. I'm attracted to it. I think I'm here to help build. It is the same way in politics. You share your idea. It's called proposal. In business, it's called proposal, but it is the same idea. Why the person should be, if you want somebody to come to King's FM, you have to sell King's FM to them. That idea you're sharing is what they call a proposal. It can be indifferent. It can be a business proposal. It can be a political proposal. It can be a religious proposal. Whatever it is, a proposal, but that proposal is simply an idea. So the person looks at it and says, okay, I can buy into it. So they sold their political idea to her, with the assurance that we know that you wanted to be vice president as a running mate to Boakai, which would have been good, but for whatever the reason, sorry, it can be. However, be assured that will make you pro tem. That is how you look how that thing went in the Senate. Do you think Yombli Kanga Lawrence is more qualified to be a pro tem over Finlay? When Finlay knows the in total, he served in that position before. So the influence or the perception was, look, all of you people, you don't go. You stand down. Finlay acted like he was ready. At the 11th hour, he gave up. So Yombli went on web ballot. Now, what that means is it compelled Yombli now, from that moment, to lean on Unity Party side. So she's practically Unity Party, even though she's the chairman for Liberty Party, one of the chairmans, because, yeah, let's just say chairman, because Billy left. Billy tired with that whole thing here and there, so he left it. He left it with her. And where the party is insignificant politically. Politically, the party is infinitesimal, meaning it lost every essence. It's not really, doesn't have that standard of a political party any longer. So if you look at Liberty Party, as you have the guy in today, I know what happened, he didn't appear, but we talk off air a number of things. Hopefully, let's see tomorrow. The party is practically abandoned by Yombli. Yombli is more comfortable, relaxed with Unity Party. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if I heard that she has crossed or is crossing over to Unity Party like what the vice president did. Abandon his party, Senator Johnson party, and say he member of Unity Party. He no longer member of MDR. It wouldn't be a surprise hearing along the way that Yombli Kanga has become a member of Unity Party, because they have started to solidify the base going into 2029. They know that Boakai will not run in 2029. From now until 2029, Boakai will not be in a good bill of health. Already, he's not in a good bill of health. So what they do, they are strategizing gradually. But we'll talk about that another time. So Yombli is more Unity Party than Liberty Party. She listens more to Bouaka, and she cannot disrespect Bouaka. She cannot refuse any instruction from Bouaka because Bouaka made her pro tem. So everything that she's doing in the Senate along with Senator Dillon is the satisfaction of Unity Party. The only difference over there, she sits in the midst of gurus, well educated, grounded men, people who are exposed, not like the House of Representatives that have only few educated men there. The rest of the people, they are mud brains. So there are certain things she can just do at will because the guys over there. Her backbone is Senator Dillon. You hear what Senator Dillon said? That the late Senator Prince Johnson begged him to go and beg Bouaka to get a job. Yombli Kanga is the same way. That they are cutting the shots for and on behalf of Bouaka. They have Bouaka in their hands. Just as in CDC time, they say, oh, Maggie had the president's ear. Yeah? I still get that recording from Gray and other people. They say, oh, Maggie had the president's ear. That means anything Maggie told the president, that's why he will accept. They have Bouaka's ear. They are the ones who are toasting Bouaka to and fro. So she's there. Not necessarily that she was empathizing with the situation in the House of Representatives. Not that she saw it as wrong, what the guys were doing, but that what her sponsor and Nebuchadnezzar Bouaka wanted. And with what Bouaka did for her, so she operated from the surface. The Senate leadership has set up a committee to mediate in the impasse of the House of Representatives chaired by Senator Gafin, this person and that person. Beyond that, what happened? Nothing. They never made any attempt. They pretended like they were not recognizing the majority bloc. She came up with a faint statement. Today, they said the majority bloc that the House of Representatives, Fonati Kofa go on asa. That's what came from the Senate today. Those two things. They recognize Richard Kuhn as the speaker. They recognize. You see what Bouaka turned the country into? You see how leadership now is a junk thing in this country? Listen, nobody will tell anybody anything. No government official. Maybe they can do it to you, but I, Sam Andrews, over my dead body, no government official will ever look at me and say, my man, this thing you're doing is wrong. You know why? Because they have set precedents. We will make reference to it. And that's what God said. You know what, President? God set precedents. Look it up. He said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. That precedents right there. So when you say, well, why are you doing this to me? You know that wrong. The person said, remember, 2023, you did this, you did that. Government official, you can't stay in for anybody and talk about morality, talk about legal this, legal that. Your law, Bouaka put you in a position that people will only see you. They will make fun of you from the surface as lawmaker, but deep down in their hearts, they not respect you. Because the thing you're condemned, we are off. You're condemned, we are government. You're doing it, and you're doing it even worse. And you will do it even worse. Or the Congo people say worse. You have to be ashamed of yourselves. You have to be ashamed. Fonati will leave that place. Fonati was not born for that place. Fonati only wants people to do the law, his colleagues to do the right thing. that Bwaka being obsessed for power. Because if this president, if Bwaka had not won this presidency, maybe then a different thing we're talking. If people who know Bwaka, where they may get the people who knew Bwaka, if Bwaka had not getting the presidency, then a different thing we're talking. Listen, God can allow certain things to happen to save his soul. That's how he works. He can allow certain things to happen. You will not understand it. But he knows why. So that he will save a soul. I want all those clips while we get it. I don't have the time now to play all. I want all those clips. So everything they've been doing from day one against Fonati, Fonati will leave. Fonati was not born. He wasn't predestined for that place. But his education and ambition gave him it, because that's what your education does. You may not be born or to say the elaborate way, they may not born you for a certain position, or that it is your inheritance. No. But your education and ambition can give you it. There are people who are born or predestined with certain things. But do they achieve it given the circumstance? No. Sometimes they do. It fluctuates. God can predestine you for something, but given how you go about conducting yourself, you might not get it. It's vice versa. He wasn't destined or predestined to become speaker, but his education and ambition gave him it. The same way, none of those guys over there were destined to become or predestined as representatives and senators. There were people who, before Fonati, they left. They're living. Their life is going fine with them. They're doing their private jobs. Fonati will leave. But Fonati will leave with a very good history of precedence that nobody going forward in this country will ever think that they can move a speaker. But that is not a guarantee, because everybody will not be like Fonati. But Fonati will go down in history as the speaker who stood up, who looked in the face of Nebuchadnezzar and said, I will not bow. Just like the three Hebrew brothers said, O President Nebuchadnezzar, your imperial majesty, you reign in power and excellence. But here is it, Nebuchadnezzar. We are on the side of the law. We studied the Hebrews law. We studied the Jewish law. Therefore, the law forbids breaking it or compromising it. So, Chief Nebuchadnezzar, we will not bow. In this situation politically, the speaker, Fonati Kofa, epitomizes. He is the typology of the three Hebrew brothers. The three Hebrew brothers, apart from their faith in God, they stood on the law. And that's why they said, O King Nebuchadnezzar, even if our God cannot save us, we would not break the law to bow to you. This law of the land that we study, we would not compromise it. You can throw us in your burning fiery furnace, but we will not. If you can give us due process of our refusal to bow to you, we will not compromise the law. Look at that situation in the Bible in Daniel chapter 3. And look at this political situation. Tell me whether there is a difference. There isn't any difference. In this case, Speaker Kofa is the embodiment of the three Hebrew brothers. They said, if God, let's assume that God can save us, stay king, we will not bow to you because the law forbids that. We can't compromise the law. It is either you comply, you work in line with the law, or you don't. But we would not. The speaker say, either the guys comply in accordance with the law, and everything will work well. Anything beyond that, he will not give him. So what they are doing, they decided to put the speaker into their burning fire furnace. Boaka decided with his people. That is the reason why I refer to Boaka as Nebuchadnezzar. Boaka is the typology of Nebuchadnezzar, and the speaker is the typology of the three Hebrew brothers. That's why in Bible reading they call contextualization. Yeah, they call it contextualization. You can take a religious situation and put it in a political setting because you see characteristics or similarities with that situation. That's what it is. Fonati will not die if he leaves the speakership. It will not stop Fonati from existing. Do you know that Fonati is wealthy? Let's say I do not know him, I'm not close to him, I've not been within his perimeter, but from what I've seen from a distance, I don't think that he's poor. I don't want to believe that Fonati is poor. You can take your political position, but it doesn't stop Fonati from existing. It doesn't stop Fonati from leaving Liberia to do other things out of the country that will give him thousands of dollars. And I believe that because the first time he appeared on Unity Party radio station called Spoon, he made that clear. He said that he's well-to-do. I mean, God has blessed him to get a good level of education that he can survive on. And do you know that this man, apart from the American bar, he's also a major consultant for a number of institutions multilaterally than any one of those people in the house? People say, oh, Reggie Kun, you're Boston. What kind of contact Reggie Kun get? Calling Bobo, say accounting Kun. You can compare that one with Fonati, doctor of law. It would mean nothing. But it just leaves behind a bad image of this government. And I want more bad thing to happen from the government. I wish this government evil. I'm saying it clear. So that they will know. Because they said a precedence will help the government to set the precedence. So the next government that will come will look at it and say, oh, CDC did the Unity Party King. They said they will not do it, they do it. So let's stop. We'll make sure it ain't happen. That's the only way this country will change. They wish other people evil. So you wish them evil too. Because to wish somebody evil, to say diabolical things, to spread negative things about people when it is not their character, it's not what you see them doing, it's evil. That's what the Bible calls enemy. Anybody who is going against you, anybody who uses other person or people against you is your enemy. It's clear in God's word, enemy. Y'all look it up. Anybody, you know how many times the word enemies are used? In this case, Fonati enemies are those guys in the legislature. from Richard Kuhn down, they are Fonati enemies. Those guys, when they hear something happen to Fonati, Nana, they will be happy. In fact, they even want something to happen to Fonati, so it will just go quick. They install the mayor as speaker. Already they call him speaker. Those guys, they are against Fonati. They hate Fonati. They are Fonati enemies. Amen. What's the verse? Let me show that before I go. That's why from the onset of the whole thing, I blasted as if Fonati did it to himself. What God said? He said, your own friend that eat your bread, share with you, stab you in the back. Amen. let me get that. But while we're getting that, I want you to, let's take a break. While we're trying to get that, let's take a break with the world's greatest. The world's greatest that the world has ever known and will never forget him. Let's take a break with this greatest icon.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Thank you very much, sir. So, Fonati has been stabbed in the back. This is not to say that he is a saint, he doesn't have any problem, no. I am convinced that some of the claims that his colleagues brought against him have substance, and some may not be substantial enough, but we wouldn't know until a due process is given. But let's assume that they have a substantial claim. He wasn't farsighted from the onset. He had been an open person. He had thought that he was dealing with friends, but he didn't know, or little did he know, he was dealing with his enemies. He opened up to them. He shared some personal things with them. His office was Broad Street. Did you know that one of the guys said that when he entered Infinity office, he looked in the computer and he saw XYZ. I have it here. And when he went out, he shared that with his colleagues. Hearing that guy, I said, oh. So you see, he was too open. He felt that he needed to be transparent. So he opened up. But he was dealing with his enemies. The enemies had surrounded him just as they did with Jehoshaphat in 2 Chronicles 9. He shared his bread with his colleagues, but he did not know that he was sharing it with his enemies. In Psalm 41:9, what did it say? It said, even my friend, whom I trust, who ate my bread, yet stabbed me in the back. These were the people who voted for Nati. They were yelling all over the place before the vote was taken. The people went to Fonati House. We used to see the guys reporting it all over the place. 49 lawmakers are at the home of Representative Fonati Kofa. The journalists are interviewing them, and all of them excited. The next speaker, all of those people, DJ Blue, then all of them, they used to be at Fonati's house. They were there amusing themselves. We have photos of them. They went in the house. They voted this man. None of them said that let's try to do a check before we can vote. Let's know the person we're electing. They elected the man unconditionally. When money started moving in and they realized that Fonati money had finished and Boaka money coming in, so they prop up charges against him, conflict of interest, corruption. The same people who ate his bread, the same people went against him. When you have an idea that people go against, you're in the same place to go against your idea that are enemy. That's what the Bible said. So all of those people in majority block, they are Fonati enemies. Something happened to Fonati now, those guys will be happy. You saw what the police were doing yesterday. Those guys they took pleasure in what the police officers, how they were beating those lawmakers. Those guys took pleasure. You know why I say, come on, man, we can have disagreement. We can have our ideological difference. But we will never allow it or take pleasure in our colleagues being subjected in that situation with no intervention. Only a person who is inhumane would do that. If those guys were not haters, were not enemies of Fonati and his colleagues, they will say, look, let's stop. This budget hearing, we'll continue it, we'll start it today. But let's make sure that we pacify the situation outside. Our colleagues are involved. As much as we are not on the same plane, let's make sure that there's safety. Let's pacify the situation. Let's speak to the officers and tell them not to do what they are doing. But the guys were comfortable. They went in the place. They having their budget hearing. They had no time. What would they have said had they finished the budget hearing and yet 2 or 3 representatives die? You see why this country live with grudge. In such a situation, you know what the white man will do? The white man will stop, pour a pause to that budget hearing, go outside, speak to the officers and tell them to stop treating the people that way. Ask the officers to go back, that we will handle it legislatively. But the black man will say, no, you're beating, you're kidding. United Party people, they're all over the place from yesterday to today. They're excited. They say, oh, you're beating. Then they saw the case, some of the lawmaker there. I'm standing up in a gathering, one of them. I just looking. Say, hey, God, the kind of hot human being get. When something happens and then they start pretending and saying, amen, amen. The people happy, United Party people, they happy. But you can tell from the people posting on Facebook, you can hear some of them justifying they come in and open because they beat the guys yesterday. It is well with their soul. God is protecting them. One good thing I know on this earth, except I don't read the Bible and see it, God has a way of turning it around. You will celebrate somebody's defeat, somebody's downfall, somebody beating because it's in your favor. But God has a way of creating your own sin that will even be bad off than that person unfortunate situation you were celebrating. That's why he said, do not take pleasure in anybody's downfall or hurt or pain. Those guys, what they did yesterday was very unprofessional, unparliamentary, inhumane, diabolical. You can tell that they subjected themselves to mourning, then pouring out their human selves. The police beating your colleagues with baton. The police had no remorse whatsoever. Even if it were going to lead to 1 or 2 lawmakers' death, it was not the concern of the police. The idea they must execute the monetary plan. And you guys that share the same hall with the guys from the majority bloc, your colleagues, your friends, your brothers and sisters, you have no time to go there, but you're sitting down discussing Bwaka budget. When everything is over, when it's all over, the people can say, the people can say, when it's all said and done, when it's over, what kind of face will you have? This thing will not last forever. This crisis will end. Let's just take 1, 2 calls to go, man. Yeah, you enjoy yourself. When you're in power, you can do things. Your people can say all kinds of stuff. Just go straight to the point. I beg you. I'm already into time. Hello.
Man, friend, Andy. Basically, from Ibaba SK, yes.
Man, go straight to the point. God, you guys still all that thing there. Y'all go straight to the point.
Okay. This Adibay Alexander Obama put to young president. And
hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, good evening.
Yeah.
This is David King, and he's going to be from the intensive populated suburb of the capital, which is
Chief, go straight to the point, my man. You call your name, you speak. Forget about all those things.
Yeah, this is David King. David King, big brother. This is David King. You see, Mr. Andrew, our country is in trouble. And the reason why people continue to live with working, these are some of the reasons. The 1990 war had not served as an example to us. And we continue to live the same life that brought 1990 upward to 2002. What is important today is the fact that has shown to the Liberian people that to a kind of leader, all the experience they talk about is high experiencing confusion, and this is why in order.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm talking about the guys at the legislature. Then you're going to Bwaka. The same thing I was saying yesterday. You put Bwaka in your mind so much that you lost the essence. Hey, man.
That they are doing their own. They see that they are in power. They will rule there forever. I remember in this country when the Civil War break out, they just took other people and they slaughtered them. Just like that. Why were in search for food?
But the people ain't seen nothing during the war because they were not around.
Forget about tomorrow. Library is small. Yeah. West one will just enter your house and slaughter you and your family. Yeah. Today, what happened? I don't think that brought the Civil War today. And they want to take up back.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
But we pray that God will be in control.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Good evening, Sam Andrew.
Yeah.
This is the voice of Idrissa Sombai, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sam, there's just a sad time for our nation to have a half-educated riff-raff as president of the land.
I mean, I'm not talking about Bwaka, man. Oh, Abba,
no.
You're too obsessed with Bwaka. I'm talking about the guys, the thing that you hear me talking. What I heard you hear, I'm talking about the legislature. What happened yesterday? Their inability to move to their colleagues, to help their colleagues. They are talking about Bwaka. You put Bwaka in your mind so much that the only thing you're existing on. You can follow the content of discussion. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, how are you?
Hello?
Hello.
Gee, that I'm man line here, man. All right, I see you. I thought I needed to take few calls, but ain't ready. Your poor Bwaka in your mind, like you follow the trend of the discussion. I am talking about what those guys did that they should not have. Nobody stopped them from doing the budget hearing, but at least, my man, show that humanness, show that concern, put that conscience out. They are your colleagues. You go there and tell the police officers, you're stopped. This is the legislature and these are lawmakers. As much as we are different on opinion, it doesn't give you guys the audacity to beat them like this. Therefore, you leave everything we handle it. We speak to our colleagues. Even if they try to show a violent posture, we will talk to them. They will see reason to calm down. No lawmaker over there willing to fight another lawmaker. All those things they can be doing are just ranting. They use one or two invectives. They finish. The same people, they go back. They lecturing with each other. They're hawking each other. I'm talking about how they needed to have been reactively proactive. Then you Bwaka. It's not your own land. Bwaka. Then you're worrying about Bwaka too much. Bwaka, that's somebody that you should be elevating. I see you, man. People open the line. Bwaka. That's the only issue you get, Bwaka. So Bwaka, that your entire life issue. Yeah, man. I see you, man. This is how we go home. We're back tomorrow. The news is on at 6, and then 8 o'clock, face the issues with AB Weah. And on tomorrow morning, Israel, Boss Weah. It's here with Real Talk. Look up his head. Yeah, let's talk about it. My name is Sam Andrews. Shalom. This is how we go home.
His Excellency, George Weah,